So here with Northern Blues senior coach Josh Fraser after, the final home game of 2016. Fraser, how'd you see the game?
Yeah, look, there was a fair bit to take away from it. I thought some of our stuff was quite good. I guess keeping in mind the side that we put out there today was relatively inexperienced. Obviously, a number of injuries through the week, and I thought it created a great opportunity for some of our boys. And I guess the last two times we played Williamstown, we haven't been able to get our more experienced mix on the park, and particularly through the midfield. So it presented some opportunity. I thought particularly early we were quite good. In fact, we were probably the better side in the first quarter. And then when they turned up the pressure, we probably didn't have enough leadership throughout the ground to be able to handle that. So fair bit to take away from it, a bit to like and a bit to work on.
19 players out there for the Northern Blues had never played an AFL game before. Was it a great learning experience against the reigning premiers and one of the best sides in the comp?
Yeah, it was, and I guess you always look at this standard of football is a really good standard of footy. So the VFL comp's quite even, and the good sides are mature bodies and their players that can endure for 4 quarters. So that's where we're heading, and we think we're building some good depth in our list. And again, I come back to the exposure that we were able to give some of our boys today. They stood up really well in patches. They showed they can do it, they can compete and can do it. Just wasn't for long enough, and again, when a side like Williamstown turns the pressure up again, you have to find another level yourself, and we weren't able to do that today.
We all know what happened in round 6 the last time we played Williamstown. Did you draw on that at all during the week, and what was the message throughout the week to deal with the Seagulls?
Oh, not so much the last game. I mean, every week's a new opportunity for us, and we probably don't go back in history too far. Suffice to say, I think both clubs have got a fairly healthy rivalry. I know they played some players in development today, and that was a really important game for them. And I think at times we probably felt like that, we needed to put our best foot forward in days like today, but we weren't able to do it for long enough. And again, they're a side that's going to figure quite heavily in the back end of September. So good to see that we're good enough in patches and just not able to do it for long enough.
Another debutant, number 26 for the season. What'd you make of Mason Blakey, the Northern Lights captain?
Thought he was outstanding. Yeah, I really did. I just thought his contest was exceptional. Kicked a goal. I think when you see a young player coming like that and looks at home straight away, you have to be pretty optimistic he's going to have a really bright future. I thought his leadership as well shone through. I know he's a captain of the Northern Knights, so we were pleased to get him in for a game, and we thought he stood up really well, and probably in the end was one of our better players.
One more game next week, and Essendon are making finals, so what's the goal for next Saturday afternoon?
Same as it is every week. We need to turn up and have a really good plan in place and execute. I think that's the thing. My agenda is to make sure that every game we're held to the same standards, and that we don't have any drop-off or any fall away, that whatever we're doing now is hopefully going to set us up as a club going forward. So really important game next week, and one that the players will be judged on just as hard as they would if it was round 1.